Christ together. And so, coming back, we must learn to change our mind about what it means to be in spiritual community and in a spiritual movement. We have guiding principles which are timeless and more than sufficient to see us through this transitional time. The question is, have we prepared ourselves? Have we prepared ourselves through practice to step forward and face these storms that are coming, that are here, and see our way into a transformed humanity? Have we prepared ourselves? And how do we do that? Global New Thought is offering classes on inclusivity, on ethics, on violence, on crime, on homelessness and poverty. People, we are offering classes as well. And that's the preparation I am talking about. We have Bob teaching about the Bible. We have Reverend Jim teaching about aging. We have Dr. Michelle teaching about breaking the habit of ourselves so that we can prepare ourselves to step up and out into this world and make a difference. Yes. To walk our talk, to be prayerful, and then use our fifth unity principle. It's not enough to know these principles, but we must put them into action. Whatever your core values tell you, it is yours to do. And they conclude with, together we have strength. We have many voices that speak to the dignity of every person and everything on this planet. Together we collaborate. Together. It starts in the family, the small family, and it goes out globally. A member of Global New Thought wrote, and once the storm is over, you won't remember how you made it through, how you managed to survive. You won't even remember when the storm was really over, but one thing is certain. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person that walked in. You will be transformed. You will be different because you have walked your talk. You have put your unity principles into action.
Amen.
And no matter what the outcome, you have been in integrity with the one presence and one power, God, the good, knowing that we are of this. It takes the whole group to make it work. It takes a village. Yes, so I'm hearing now what that truly means. It takes a village. And especially right now, during these times, we can learn from these beings about collaboration and coming together. And it's not only true right here or in the global world, but you know, in the community of Albuquerque. That was so phenomenal. I received an email. I finally made it to the Interfaith email list. Yes! I tried for 2.5 years to get on this list. Finally, I got this email and it said, there's a breakfast and the mayor is hosting it and you're invited because you're clergy. Well, it wasn't written like that, but that was the gist. Yes. I'm a clergy. Yes. I'm a clergy and I can go to this breakfast and it's free. And it's called One Albuquerque. One Albuquerque. And you know, Jim and I are loving this community and we are so moving into it and enjoying all that it has to offer. And I'm hearing people say, oh, I hate Albuquerque and it's oh, and it's changed and it's this and it's that. I'm going, oh my God, what did we get ourselves into? Yes. But I'm finding out that as these communities, as people are coming together, there were over 50 faith leaders, Muslims, and rabbis, and unity, and nobody knew who we were. That was so sad. When I said, I'm unity, I'm a unity minister. I'm an ordained unity minister, I said. What? What's that? I've never heard of you. And it's like, okay. So, but I'm one of 50. I finally made it to the breakfast, yes. What I heard was the same thing. We are coming together as leaders in circles of faith to focus in on homelessness, on poverty, and on crime, and we are making a difference. And they proceeded one by one, different people came up to talk about some of the successes, tiny, but they're successes. Like a shelter on the west side that is full to the brim, but they're making plans to move over to the east side. The food banks are doing the very best they can. There are circles of faith that are holding prayer every single day, 24 hours a day, and it's not just Silent Unity doing this. And then in one of the little newsletters that I got from the Albuquerque Journal, that's the newspaper, there was this tiny, tiny little percent that said, crime has come down. Yay, God. It is starting to turn here in our community. And what the message is, I align with others in a spirit of support and cooperation. That's how we do it. We unite on the basis of our common love, regardless of our religion, regardless of our political stance. We come together. And it takes time, because as I said, I've been trying to get connected with this community for almost 2.5 years. But my hope then is the Interfaith Heart of Peace. That is what we are participating in on February 9th. And it will actually be held at 4:30 at the Baha'i Center. What a gift to be with the Baha'i. This is the second time this is the fourth time we have connected and put on this event. This is the second time it will be held at their space, at their center. And we come together and dance. We come together with Buddhists, Baha'i, Sufi, the Center for Spiritual Living, which is religious science, science of mind. So finally, yes, take a deep breath and let it out. Working for the good of the whole involves another aspect, and that is cooperating with oneself. This is the hardest part for me. A gentleman, his name is Mark Thurston, and he is part of Edgar Casey, and he wrote the Essential Edgar Casey, and he said, consider for a moment how often we don't cooperate with ourselves, yes? Most fundamentally, that non-cooperative spirit is expressed as self-judgment and self-criticism. Am I the only one, guys? We are usually our own worst critic, and it's quite revolutionary to turn this tendency around and practice self-acceptance. And that means cooperating with our own beings, with our own selves, yes? When we can love ourselves and give ourselves the benefit of the doubt, that gentleness creates a whole new environment in which we begin to flourish, yes? Self-cooperation sets the stage for us to be able to address the deepest need of all, the need for belonging, the need for community, the need for meaning. When we accept ourselves, when we allow ourselves to move forward just as we are good enough, we are whole enough, we are perfect enough, we are beautiful enough, we are just incredible enough to move into community and cooperate and collaborate with one another, because we all have gifts. We all have gifts to share. I received this book from one of our congregants, Don Johnson, bless his heart. The book is called The Spirituality of Imperfection. The Spirituality of Imperfection. There's a story. A man was looking for a good church to attend, and he happened to enter one in which the congregation and the preacher were reading from the prayer book. They were saying, "We have left undone those things which we ought to have done. And we have done those things which we ought not to have done." And the man dropped in his seat and sighed with relief as he said to himself, "Thank goodness I have found my church." Thank goodness I have found my church. Love one another, people, as Jesus said, love one another as I have loved you. Saint and sinner alike. You are all welcome here.